Circe's Palace, Part 7, from the Tanglewood Tales. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks, noble Ulysses, they cried. From brute beasts you have restored us to the condition of men again. Do not put yourselves to the trouble of thanking me, said the wise king. I fear I have done little for you. To say the truth, there was a suspicious kind of grunt in their voices, and for a long time afterwards they spoke gruffly and were apt to set up a squeal. It must depend on your own future behavior, added Ulysses, whether you do not find your way back to the sty. At this moment, the note of a bird sounded from the branch of a neighboring tree. Peep, peep, pee-weep, peep. It was the purple bird, who, all this while, had been setting over their heads, watching what was going forward, and hoping that Ulysses would remember how he had done his utmost to keep him and his followers out of harm's way. Ulysses ordered Circe instantly to make a king of this good little fellow and leave him exactly as she had found him. Hardly were the words spoken, and before the bird had time to utter another pee-weep, King Picus leaped down from the bough of a tree, as majestic a sovereign as any in the world, dressed in a long purple robe and gorgeous yellow stockings, with a splendid wrought collar about his neck and a golden crown upon his head. He and King Ulysses exchanged with one another the courtesies which belonged to their elevated rank. But from that time forth, King Picus was no longer proud of his crown and his trappings of royalty, nor the fact of his being a king. He felt himself merely the upper servant of his people, and that it must be his lifelong labor to make them better and happier. As for the lions, tigers, and wolves, though Circe would have restored them to their former shapes at his slightest word, Ulysses thought it advisable that they should remain as they now were, and thus give warning of their cruel dispositions, instead of going about under the guise of men and pretending to human sympathies while their hearts had the bloodthirstiness of wild beasts. So he let them howl as much as they liked, but never troubled his heart about them, and when everything was settled according to his pleasure, he sent to summon the remainder of his comrades, whom he had left at the seashore. These being arrived, with the prudent Euryclochus at their head, they all made themselves comfortable in Circe's enchanted palace, until quite rested and refreshed from the toils and hardships of their voyage. And thus ends the story of Circe's palace. Thanks so much for listening. As Tigger says, ta-ta for now. I love you guys. Bye-bye.